60-year-old Michigan-based Amway is the world's #1 direct-selling company. Amway posted global sales of around $8.4 billion in 2019. In India, the company has been present for the last 20 years and clocked 1,780 crores in domestic sales. So what are Amway's global plans, their digital strategy, and India strategy specifically? Joining us to talk about it all is Mr. Milind Pant, who is the Chief Executive of Amway. Milind, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Parikshit. It's a privilege.
Let's begin with your own journey. 15 years with Unilever, 11 years with Yum, now a little more than 1 year with Amway. How has been the journey so far?
It's been truly a journey that I'm very thankful for. I grew up in the foothills of the Himalayas in India, and being in Grand Rapids, Michigan was surely not part of the plan. The last 10-11 years, my family and I have been a global nomad. We've lived in South Africa, in Durban. We moved to Delhi, Delhi to Bangkok, Bangkok to Shanghai, Shanghai to Dallas, and now with Amway. Amway is a great idea. It was founded by two friends 60 years back who believed in entrepreneurship, and that's vibrant today as it was 60 years back. So it's truly a privilege, Parikshit.
Now, interesting, because you are the first non-family chief executive to lead Amway. What did the promoters have in mind when they picked you? What was the vision that they had in mind? Getting an Indian to lead the company, their global plans, what was the strategy and what was the vision behind it?
I wouldn't surely know what exactly was in their mind. I can just say it's great to be part of Amway, which has got 1 million distributors, entrepreneurs across the world. My predecessors, co-CEOs, and our co-chair on the board. And our mandate is to keep the why, our purpose, same as it was 60 years back, which is to help people live better, healthier lives, but change the what and the how. Because there's so much changing in the world around us. There are mega trends that are tailwind for Amway's business. Gig economy is exploding, there's a health and wellness trend, and social platforms are getting entrepreneurs who are following their passion and interest. We want to transform Amway to be relevant for entrepreneurs of today as it was relevant for entrepreneurs of the previous generation.
Tell us about some of the priorities that you've laid out for yourself at Amway.
My biggest priority and Amway's priority is to help our entrepreneurs, especially the new persons, succeed. And everything that we do in terms of investing in new products, investing in digital and technology platforms, or investing in the plan is all to set them up for success. So that remains the North Star for us.
We have been reading about Amway's plans to invest $500 million in global markets. How are you going to be using that investment?
The good thing about being part of a family-owned, privately held company is for us, our next 10 years multi-year plan is medium term. We don't really have to, like listed companies, look at quarters. So we can invest and invest for the long run. We're going to be investing in multiple places, but specifically 3 areas. We will invest in platform, building an online, offline platform, and the digital and technology competencies that go along with it. The second, we will invest in new products, especially ones that are relevant for millennials, especially in health and wellness. And the third is the plan and the incentives for our entrepreneurs so that they can get easy, early earnings straight off the bat.
All right, so you're speaking about your 3E platform. So tell us more about the 3E platform, and are there more platforms that you are going to launch this year, any specifically for the Indian market?
Parikshit, India is a priority market for us along with US and China. The 3A platform that you just mentioned is a partnership with Tencent, who've got the WeChat ecosystem. And we've partnered with them so that our entrepreneurs there can reach out and sell to customers and serve customers online. And that's partnership and we look at partnerships like that across the world, including in India.
All right. Digital seems to be very critical to Amway's growth story. How do you plan to leverage the digital sphere in order to promote sales, promote volume sales in the coming years? And when you speak about social commerce, what do you exactly mean by that?
Amway is at its core a social idea. 10 years back, 20 years back, this social idea was primarily face-to-face or in the neighborhood communities. Today, the entrepreneurs are building their communities online. We've got Angelica in Moscow, who's got 180,000 followers on Instagram. Her passion is beauty. We've got Makiko-san in Kyoto, in Japan, who's got 20,000 and growing followers. Her passion is cooking. We've got Gurans in Chandigarh. His passion is fitness. So we are providing entrepreneurs like Angelica, Makiko-san, and Gurans, and like them across the world, an ability, a platform where they can convert their passion and monetize into profits.
You've got many entrepreneurs across the world. This is also critical to Amway's growth story. Now, in the coming years, how many direct sellers would you like to have?
Some of the most successful markets we have, Parikshit, like Korea, which is a country of 50 million people. It's $1 billion business for us, 4 times the size of the Indian business. 90% of the entrepreneurs, Amway entrepreneurs, are women. In Russia, 80% of our entrepreneurs are women. So we see in India an opportunity for entrepreneurs in general, young people, but especially women, to be a part of our journey and to power our growth.
Right. So today, Amway is into nutrition, beauty, personal care, home and living, agri-products, cooking oils as well. Which segments do you think will drive Amway's growth?
One of the secrets of Amway is we are among the world's largest owner and operator of organic farms. Amway has 6,000 acres of organic farms in Brazil, Mexico, and United States. That was one of the biggest surprises I had as I traveled and looked at those organic farms. Those organic farms give us the capability of seed to product and seed to supplement, including transparency and traceability. That is the biggest strength, and we will use that to provide consumers solutions in health and wellness, which is the category we will focus on going forward. We will also use those botanicals to provide beauty solutions that are also plant-based.
We have been reading that Amway is focusing a lot on product innovation, especially for people around 35 years of age. Do you think this age group, this segment, will be very important for Amway going forward?
There is a whole change that is happening with millennials, and that change is happening both for consumers as well as for entrepreneurs, and that is our focus as we look at innovation and products. Exactly what you said.
Right. Going forward, do you see any trends which are impacting the health, nutrition, and wellness space? Anything that you're incorporating in your business?
The health and wellness is a mega trend globally. It's true in Bogota in Colombia, in LA, in New York City, in Delhi, in Shanghai, in Tokyo, Seoul, Bangkok, across the world. But what does it mean? Where is it going? There are a couple of components of it. One, there is a strong focus on prevention. The second, it's about holistic wellness. And the third, there is a movement towards plant-based diets. So if you look at these three, prevention and long-term immunity, a holistic approach to lifestyle, and plant-based diets, these three are the core components of Neutralite. So we want to continue building our scientific capability so that as societies, and especially young people across the world, move to a holistic, preventive, plant-based diet, we have solutions and products for them.
Okay. So currently you are present in 100+ markets. Will 2020 be a year of consolidation or aggressive expansion?
We are going all in. We are investing $500 million into transforming the business and building our capabilities, be it in product experiences, platform, or the plan. So we're going to be focusing, and we will be focusing on China, US, and India especially.
All right, so these are going to be your 3 key markets going forward. On that note, Milind, we'll take a short break, but our viewers don't go anywhere. We'll come back to this conversation and go further into Amway's India plans as well. Welcome back. With us today is Milind Pant. And Milind, before the break, you were telling us that India is one of your 3 key markets. Tell us about your India plan specifically. You've been present in India for the last 20 years. 1,780 crores in domestic sales in 2019. What exactly is your long-term plan?
Well, we are very bullish on India, Parikshit, because the mega trends in India, be it on the gig economy, be it on health and wellness, or be it on social platforms and young people following their passion, are just the right tailwinds for us. So we are going to be investing in India in digital and technology, in product experience. So we already have a state-of-the-art manufacturing plant near Madurai, which is an asset for us, and we have close to 500,000 distributors in India who will be supporting as we go forward.
Any plans to increase capacity or increase capacity in terms of R&D?
R&D is a priority for us. We will look at both innovations from within, and we will look at partnerships as these are relevant.
Okay. You've been speaking a lot about the gig economy or your ABO or direct selling format. Do you get a sense that this is disrupting older conventional modes of employment, and how is it relevant in the Indian context?
Well, India is among the top 5 countries in the world where young people especially are looking for flexibility and are looking at freedom. This is the original Amway idea. Today, of course, multiple industries and multiple players operate in the gig economy. I personally think it's great for people to have control over their own time. We were talking about women earlier, and if you look at it from a point of view of all young people, but especially women, this gives them the flexibility with their time. An idea like Amway, which doesn't require any capital to start the business, can be done from home, can be done online. So this is really good, and it's important to get this entrepreneurship and women for growth of Indian economy in general, and this is a good thing for Amway to be a part of.
So how would you be contributing to the Indian economy? Are you focusing a lot on skilling these direct sellers of yours as well? Are there long-term plans to skill them, keep them up to date with what Amway is doing across the world?
Well, Amway's global plans are completely aligned to the priorities that are there in India. So some of those you mentioned, Skill India, we're completely aligned to that, and we're looking at how we provide skill to entrepreneurs, skills in selling, skills in leadership as they build their business. We're looking at Digital India, and we are completely aligned to that. We're looking at Swasth India, completely aligned to health and hygiene. We're looking at India, which should eat right, because we are all about plant-based diets. So our priorities and that of the Indian society are completely aligned going forward.
What about Make in India? Are you making in India for the world, exporting from India as well?
We've got a state-of-the-art plant in Madurai, and we are looking forward to how we can leverage that manufacturing capacity for exports. We haven't yet done that except for a couple of Ayurveda products, but that remains a potential area.
Any particular segments which you feel will drive growth in India specifically?
Entrepreneurship, especially among women, that is a momentum in the Indian society, and health and wellness, especially health and wellness, which is based on prevention, plant-based diets, and is based on a holistic approach to life, which is in some sense the Neutralite philosophy and the philosophy of Ayurveda are very similar. Of course, the wisdom of Ayurveda is 5,000 years back in Charak Samhita, but what Neutralite professes is the same principles of prevention, of holistic nature, and of following plant-based diets.
Are you also looking to forge partnerships with Indian counterparts, especially in the digital space?
We will be very open to partnerships in the digital space as well as any products, especially if those are in the areas of Ayurveda.
How much do you expect the Indian market to grow? Currently, the annual growth that Amway sees in India is about 5 to 6%. How much growth are you targeting?
Well, let's put it this way. The growth in the health and wellness, especially when it comes to vitamins and dietary supplements, is really our responsibility to help the market grow. We are the market leaders, and we'll be doing everything that's required in terms of innovation to grow the Indian market faster. It's also aligned to where the Indian society is going, so we'll be a part of that.
Okay. I would like to put in one more question about the number of direct sellers you have in India currently.
So the number of direct sellers we have registered with us are close to 500,000.
Close to 500,000. Do you have any target in mind as to where you want to take this segment to probably the next 5 years?
Parikshit, this will grow, and we'll be delighted and we'll support this growth, especially when it comes with women entrepreneurs in India going forward.
So you've spoken about your strategy to focus on millennials, people in the age group of 35 as well. Is that the same strategy you're using in India as well?
That's correct. And India, among all our large markets that we operate in, our priority markets, has got the youngest population. So yes, that's our focus.
Milind, we have been speaking a lot about how you're focusing on Skill India, Digital India, Make in India as well. Tell us about your CSR initiatives in the Indian market.
Well, our CSR initiatives in the Indian market are largely in two areas. One is we're working with young women, especially from underprivileged backgrounds who may not be able to finish their education in college. And we're looking at partnering with NGOs and providing them skills. I met a couple of them recently, and I must say I was inspired because here were young girls, women, who had the aspirations of starting their own business, be it beauty salons or be it boutiques, and they truly believed that they could achieve whatever they wanted to. They had the confidence, and we were helping them with our NGO partner to provide them the right skills. So I'm a huge optimist about skilling and providing women entrepreneurs the possibilities in life. The second area, which is a focus for us, is nutrition, and we have an initiative called Power of 5, which is for children below the age of 5 who have challenges with malnutrition, and that's another area that we are partnering in India, which is a real issue in Indian society. Okay.
Now, let me also ask you about the US-India relationship, because this is a very key aspect, one of the key pillars of US-India strategy, and we just concluded that successful visit of President Donald Trump as well. How is India today viewed in the United States as a market? Are there any kind of changes that you have probably recommended to the Indian government that you would like to see in order to ease business? Because this is a continuing conversation between US IBC, India, and the US and Indian government as well.
That's a great question. The way I really look at it is in three areas. US is the world's largest economy. India is the world's fifth largest economy. The US is the world's oldest democracy. India is the world's largest democracy. US has the best baseball, basketball teams. India has the world's best cricket team. These are natural partners going forward. Till now, a lot of the relationship between India and the US was based on people-to-people and people-to-people friendship. Going forward, it is evolving into a relationship and an alliance that goes across sectors and that can help citizens of both countries succeed.
Is there now better understanding about India and the Indian market in the United States now?
There is a huge sense of optimism about the potential of India in the United States.
A lot has been spoken about India as a manufacturing hub, and today we see the Prime Minister and the Indian government hard-selling India as a manufacturing destination, as an alternative as well. What do you think India needs to do to reach there as well?
I think the government is making all the right steps. The new corporate tax rate is an important part of that. The others are well known, so it's about making sure we get our infrastructure in place here in India. That it's even easier to do business and simplicity on rules and regulations. All those pieces of the jigsaw puzzle need to come together for truly inviting investment into manufacturing in India.
In terms of revenues, how much do you think India will contribute to Amway sales in the next 5 years?
Well, it's the sky's the limit. I'll give you a sense of what it could be. The China business for us is 10 times the size of our India business. So as the Indian society and the economy grows, as we build our capabilities, as we skill our entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, What that number could be would be much larger than what it is today.
You're leveraging social commerce and digital platforms a lot. Are you also working to leverage regional platforms as well? Because there are so many languages, there are so many regional markets in India. Are you trying to leverage that as well?
That's a great point, and it's an area that we are exploring, but haven't fully realized yet.
And final thoughts, if you had to sum up your India strategy and your strategy for the world in probably 30 seconds, how would that be?
I would say we remain focused on unleashing entrepreneurship across the world, and we'll do that by moving from traditional direct selling and taking the strengths of direct selling and moving to an age of social commerce.
All right, Milind, thank you very much for speaking to CNBC-TV18. So that was Milind Pant, the Chief Executive of Amway, speaking to us about their global plans, their India strategy, and telling us how critical India is for Amway globally in the next 10 years. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Thank you so much.